And what I want to know is how soon you're going to begin to share with me the idea of the particular lesson that we have chosen to offer you today in regard to a new self-realization that has come upon you in the idea that you had posed the question, who am I? To which you added, where am I? Why am I? What are we doing here? How can I, through the auspices of a new mind training of my mind, begin to accept in its most fundamental idea about conversion of light energy who I am? As amazing as that may seem to you, it's the fundamental problem that besets you within the universe of organization of thought, that perplex you in the conceptual idea of alterations of form that are now being adjusted in this lesson of our workbook of mind training of this Course in Miracles, being directed from a center of light, our Savior, Jesus Christ of Nazareth, in a refocusing of ideas that will persist with us now until this title, what is it I'm searching for? What is it that I want? Where is my entitlement? Remember the beginning of this video? You want to practice this with me? It is myself who is ruler of the universe. Everything I see out there is nothing but a reflection of how I want to look at myself in the particulars of the mind training that I intend to exercise in lesson 139, which is going to say to those who are gathered here, would you recite gently to me what 139 is?
I will accept the atonement for myself.
I will accept the atonement for myself. And the voice from out there said, what does he mean by that? The voice out there for a moment that said, I doubt this. I doubt that I'm the ruler of the universe. I doubt that I could actually change my mind and come into a new focus. Yet he tells me that this lesson is going to acknowledge that I'm a doubter. Listen. Uncertainty about what you must be is self-deception on a scale so vast, its magnitude can hardly be conceived. To be alive and not to know yourself is to believe that you're really dead. For what is life except to be yourself? And what but you can be alive instead? Who's the doubter? What does he doubt? Whom does he question? Who can answer him? Look, he merely states that he's not himself, and therefore being something else becomes a questioner of what that something else is. Yet he could never be alive at all unless he knew the answer. Look with me. If he asks as if he does not know, it merely shows he doesn't want to be the thing that he is. He has accepted it because he lives. He has judged against it and denied its worth, and has decided that he does not know the only certainty by which he lives. And the only certainty by which he can possibly live within this framework of the occupancy of body association, look with me now, regardless of the formulation it appears to take within my body form of the reflection of light, that there must be somewhere in the particulars of the question, who am I, the admission in its most fundamental sense that I must already know. How else in all of space-time, how else in all of the universe could I be posing the question, who am I? Where am I? What am I doing in this body form? How did I get into this perspective of the idea of reflection of light in a universe so vast that it's not within my imagined capacity to know what it is? You look with me. This is the importance of the term that we use in regard to the conversion of the body formulation in light, identified in the Christian tradition, in the tradition of religious association with myself, that the discovery of who I am within my idea of myself will be self-inclusive in the idea of the light energy that affords me the term resurrection. Those of us who have been very active now through the message of Jesus, in the idea that we would be contained in a practice in the entirety of our determination of self-recognition, that there's another manner in which we can look at our proceedings within space-time. Here I am now with you, and we're going to practice for a moment. They call me a master teacher. All that means is I have determined within the cycle of myself that every identify that I imposed on myself in recognition in my search for who I was turned out to be who I'm not. And that I could find no doubt that within the reaches of myself would have to be a whole alternative that had no regard to the procedures by which conceptually I attempted to identify myself within a body form of containment. Look at me now from the satellite. Look at me now from the appearance of those standing with you in this light form, in the simple idea that we have gathered together with a fundamental acknowledgement that we're doubters. I remember when my Savior Jesus appeared here, and the immediate evidence of his idea that you could doubt who you are, he responded by saying very simply, why would you doubt? All of the power of the universe is given to you. Who you are cannot actually be questioned by anything in the entirety that ever will be, has been, or could be at this moment.